Alright. Apologize for the noise in the background, that's a fish tank. But here's how we're putting together our Armello dice boards. If you bought one of the collector's editions from Kickstarter, and this is what they look like in the end. It's a really nice board here. You can roll your dice in, kind of like in the game, the video game. It doesn't really give you a good view, the instructions, actually how to do it. Not entirely accurate. I don't have a wide point of view here to save it. This starts flat, curve it over, you put it in. Oh yeah, Shazam. Well, that's true, but the pieces aren't exactly cut to what it looks like here. You do want to pay attention to right here. This is the most important thing. You curl the corners up. Each corner is basically a square. If you've got that right, line, a line in the top, then you know you've pretty much got the rest of it right. There's a dip here, there's a dip here, it goes up, around, and do a square. And these boards aren't the same shape in the box as they're pictured here. So I'm going to show you what you got to do once you punch your pieces out. Of course, there's this one. So you can see they actually have, they actually have a little divot here. They're not smooth like they were in the picture. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our board and you're going to fold it over like you saw. Basically each one of these creases you're going to fold it. The first ones go up like so, and take these little things out. Cardboard pieces out of here. There's a couple of smaller ones. Okay, so we'll put this one up, and then this little black piece down, and then the next little piece down again, and then this one also down. And we're going to make a square with this. So again, here's going to be the floor, right? Here's the floor. Yeah, there's a little one here. So you can see this little side piece where it has the attack and defense banners goes straight up. No, I'm not really at a good angle, but that's the best I can do right now. And then you have top, and then these, and this is what comes around to make your square. Like so. Like that. It's going to be like that. Can't really exactly see it here on the ground, but that's what it's going to look like on that end. And then the other end, it's pretty similar. You just fold it up here, fold that little piece over. And don't worry, you're not breaking it, so you kind of got a cradle in the middle. You see that? And then this black piece over just all the places where they have a crease. Every single crease. There you go. And you're going to form that into a box that butts up against this wall here. See that? There you go. So that's this end. That's all the easy part. And this end up here is going to look like that. You kind of have to hold it because it doesn't actually butt up against a box like that. So it looks like this. Now we got to put those braces in. And that takes some fighting. That's okay. Because if you play Armello, you know how to fight pretty well. So you notice, like I'm pointing out that little divot right there, that goes in this side, right up here. So the divot is going to have to hook up here, and then this side, oops, is going to catch on the other end here in that hook. So you have to put this in first. It won't go in if you put the other end in first. So we do the front. You can see it a lot better on the front. So you're actually going to shove it through. I'm going to shove it through the hole here. Go. And you're going to go all the way through so that the divot should be up in that little space like a key, and it just pops really nicely up there, and the instructions don't show that at all. And then you've got, of course, this little notch here, and then you can actually fold over. Now, I haven't done this yet, but it might be easier at this point to go to the other side and do the same thing, since you're essentially folding both sides at once. Otherwise it's going to be a struggle. It already is a struggle, even just with having put that in there. So let me go through the front. Come on. There you go. Don't be afraid to force it. You kind of have to. And these are kind of weak. You can already see, unfortunately, that's coming out because I forced it quite a bit there, but that's probably the worst one that has happened. The others I haven't done that as much. But, you know, it's not the strongest material. Let's see. And every time, oh, I didn't pull the little tab out. It's important. I don't know what it is with the second side. It always seems like on the right side, it gives me a lot more trouble getting it through this hole here. But there we go. That looks decent. Oh, and then I think I just did that cardboard. Can't really see. Put some more light on it. Anyways, so once you got those in, then you fold it over like so. You go up into the edge there. You see? On both sides. There. And then on the other end, we basically do the same thing. This bigger one goes through the slot, and then you curl it around. It's not too hard. It's really not too hard. Just gotta make sure I'm doing it on both ends at once. The other two that I did, I kind of did each side one at a time. It's more of a struggle, but this is still a little bit of a struggle, so it doesn't seem to make a difference. You're gonna struggle either way. Seem to have hit a snag. When in doubt, put your other one. Okay, see what I'm doing wrong. My completed one here. This notch on this actually goes through both these little pieces, and I was trying to shove it through just one, so I can move this back. Yeah, there we go. And it's just this there, and then I can curve it over. Make sure doing the same thing on the other side. Okay, yeah, that's much nicer. There we go. Alright. And that, it's not too hard. It's just mangling pieces a little bit. And you got your completed board there. And got 4 of those to do. And then you also have the castle. I've already put that together, so I'm not going to show it. The castle's really small and kind of flimsy. But this is actually 4 pieces. The front front and back end are all identical, and I guess I can take the platform out, and then the sides, and they're all this kind of really stringily held together. You just kind of put each notch in another, and the diagram's a little better for this one. You can figure it out if you just look at it carefully. You just kind of go across. You can see how the two front pieces are separate from these two, and we just overlapped them. And then you put, these fell apart there. There we go. Again, the cardboard is really flimsy, so you gotta be careful not to destroy it. And then you have this nice tile, and you just set that down on top of it. Don't try too hard to, like, you know, get it within the walls of pushing it in, because you're gonna break it. I strained it doing that, and the pieces just came apart. So it even takes a little bit just to get it in, let alone, you know, trying to situate it deeper. So I don't recommend doing that, unless I'm just wrong. Maybe there's a better way of doing it, but yeah, that's kind of the best I can do with it. You make sure these corners kind of pull out. The corners pull out, which helps a bit. And it just kind of sits kind of raised in there. I would like to make it sit lower, but I don't want to damage the piece. And that goes just directly on the board. And the king goes in the middle. So that's all there is to it. It comes with a very nice box, which you'll also have to unfold, that all of your cardboard pieces can slide into. So I don't think this fits in the Armello box. See? They're great. That's the box. That's this box, so it's kind of big. You might have to carry that separately, but other than that, it's pretty nice.